All right. My name is John LeGlue. I'm with Exact Metrology. We're going to go over some settings inside of RDS and PolyWorks on how to scan inside the PolyWorks software. First thing we'll go over is the settings inside of RDS. To get to those settings, you click this little gear here inside of your RDS scanning icon. First thing you have to do is your RDS will be on standard mode, so you'll have restricted access. Change that, click on the icon at the top, and switch it to advanced. The password is advanced with a capital A. Oh. There we go. All right. First thing you want to do is check your scanner type to make sure it matches the scanner that you have, and make sure that the IP address reads 192.168.178.2.
I know because I can't record because I'm not host. I have to request permission.
Next thing is capture mode. Press to start and press to stop, or keep button pressed. That's basically just a preference, whatever you feel like doing. I'm a press to start, press to stop kind of person. Sound guide, it just lets you hear an audio feedback so you don't have to be looking at your computer the entire time. And your current profile, now it's set to default. So if you come down here in your scan settings and change anything, point sampling, which just tells you how many points the scanner is going to filter out. So if you're only set at 25%, it's only going to keep 25% of the points that you actually scan. I normally scan at 100%. This behavior when pressing left and right buttons, capture the current exposure time. That can only be set at automatic or at manual, I'm sorry. And switch exposure mode. That allows you to switch back and forth between automatic and manual. Automatic will automatically set your exposure of your laser to capture whatever color you are currently trying to scan. Manual lets you go in here and set that up as needed. Automatic seems to work really well. The only time that I would use something like for manual would be if you're trying to scan something that's black and white. You're not going to be able to capture both colors at the same time, so you might have to switch that to manual. So that's pretty much everything inside of RDS here. Oh, in your profile, you can save your profile. So since I've changed stuff down here, I can save this as whatever I want to save it as, pretty much just a click of a button. And now you'll have that saved all the time inside of your RDS control panel. So I'll click save and quit. Now we're into the IM inspect. So this real-time quality meshing basically gives you, it'll put out any like triangles that are flapping or anything like that. It kind of smooths things out for you, so it just looks a little bit better. You can either scan to a polygonal model or you can scan to a point cloud. Polygonal model runs a little bit slower, but at the end result, you've already got something that's workable, as opposed to point cloud, which you're going to have to create a point cloud at the end. Test mode is something we don't use very often. I guess it would be to check to see if you have the right settings for what you're trying to capture, but it doesn't save anything. So as soon as you stop your scanning, it disappears from your screen. Moving down to your profiles here. Course resolution would be something that is like a large flat surface that you're trying to scan, something that doesn't have very much detail. I can show you here now. I got a little blade set up here for you guys. So if I was scanning the flat part of this blade, course resolution would be fine to pick that up. But if I go to the edge, it's not going to do too good of a job of trying to pick up the edge of that scan of that blade. When you change your profile, it automatically changes your options to have a point spacing difference. So if I end that scan, I'll just close out real quick. Sorry about that. So if I change to standard resolution, it's a little bit better. The point spacing is a little bit tighter than your coarse resolution. And then your fine resolution will should be good enough to pick up like a larger edge. So I have some fins on this blade here. So if I wanted to pick up these edges here, I could use the fine resolution. And it'll give you a nice clean edge there. And then you also have extra fine resolution, which picks up even sharper edges. So this thing has a pretty sharp edge right here. So this extra fine resolution should be good to pick that up. So you can see that picked that up pretty well. You also have options that you can come in here and change them yourself. A lot of this stuff is just preference. Your automatic viewpoint basically will zoom in to wherever you're trying to scan at the time. Gives you the scan line close up, the standard zoom percentage, that's about how far it zooms in. 40% is usually pretty good. You don't want to zoom in too close and you don't want to be too far away. Surface scan, the min search distance and the max search distance is just telling you how far away it's searching for different edges and such things like that. This split zigzag scan passes. In the past, you weren't able to continuously scan up and down without breaking it. Now, PolyWorks will go in and actually break those scans automatically for you if you want to just scan up and down without stopping. It's real-time quality meshing. You can see that my sampling step is set pretty low as well as my max edge length. Sampling step is basically how far away your points are from each other. So I'm at 0.05 millimeters right now, and your edge length correlates directly with the sampling step. Max angle is set at 75 degrees. You can up that if you're in a tight area, if you need to attempt to get something that's not picking up, you can bump that up. I don't recommend going above about 85. Your polygonal models. So if you're scanning to a polygonal model, this is a level of smoothing. We don't normally smooth too much. Low or medium would probably be the most that we would, depending on what we're doing. Most of the stuff, PolyWorks and RDS both do a really good job of presetting your presetting all the parameters for you, so that it's basically going to be kind of like a plug and play type of thing. Some of this stuff tells you if you're inside the quality metrics. It tells you, if you're at a max angle of over 55 degrees, it will color your scan pass blue. If your max deviation is above 0.05, it'll color it yellow. And then the noise level, it's not normally checked, but if your part's real noisy, which you'll see if like your part's extremely shiny, or if it's real dark black and shiny as well, the scanner just has a tough time of picking that stuff up. You can also have filters on here. We don't mess with these too much, but like I said, here's your max point-to-point distance. It's only a 0.5 millimeter, and your standard deviation is set at 0.025. A lot of the stuff, like I said, we don't mess with too much. This simulator option is basically for if your arm is set up to a robot, and obviously we're not set up to a robot here. Trying to think if there's anything else I can tell you guys, or if you'd like to see anything. I mean, getting started scanning is relatively easy. Like I said, RDS and PolyWorks do a really good job of getting you set up automatically to be able to start scanning right away. A lot of this stuff is for more an advanced user if you're going to try to figure these things out. The whole boundary scan will detect holes for you if you tell it how big the hole width is. Boundary scan actually does a good job of detecting a boundary and letting you pick up the thickness of that boundary automatically. And that simulation, again, that's just for if your arm is connected to a robot. Trying to think if there's anything else I could go over with you guys. It's been a pretty short presentation, I feel like. Do you guys have any questions for me, or? there any questions that you guys would like to go over, or anything that I might have skimmed over that you're more interested in than what I told you? Are there, I guess there's no questions then, guys? I hate to be so quick about this. I feel like I kind of blew through this whole thing, but like I said, they've done a good job of setting you up to automatically start scanning. I think everybody's muted here, so I don't know if you guys are talking or not, but All right, guys. Well, I guess if you guys don't want to see anything or don't have any questions for me, I guess we can go ahead and end this meeting.
Have you covered everything that you had planned on covering?
I mean, yeah, for the most part. I now feel like I kind of blew through some stuff, but I'm trying to think of what could help you guys out. If you have any questions for me.
I don't see any specific questions on our end.
Okay. Well, I didn't mean to blow through this, but it seems like, I mean, that was pretty much the gist of everything that you need to start scanning.
Aaron or Craig, do you have any questions?
Is there an attachment to scan the inside of parts if you can't get the whole scanner head in there?
No, there are no attachments. I mean, you could always use a probe if it's something like a cylinder or a cone. But yeah, as far as like attachments go to like extend to where the scanner would reach to, no, not at all.
Okay.
I think you pretty much just have to scan the inside profiles as best as you can.
Is there extra way? Is there better ways to do high resolution parts, or do you just have to go really slow with those?
Yeah, normally you would just move a little slower to capture like a sharper edge or yeah, something that would require a little bit of more fine resolution.
Okay, I think that's all the questions are on our end.
All right. Well, thanks for your guys' time. Sorry I made it so short, but like I said, I don't think there's much to cover on this.